While we are tracking big primary races in Arizona, Kansas, Missouri, and Michigan, now a race we're still closely following is the Republican race for governor in Arizona, still too close to call. Now, these races may give us some indication of what could happen in the midterms in just a few months, from the state of abortion rights to the risks and gains Republicans and Democrats are facing posed by former President Trump's influence. Now, NewsNation's Kelly Meyer joining us live now in Washington. Kelly, what are some of the big takeaways in these races?
Well, a lot of surprises in these results, Natasha, with followers of former President Trump having a good night in some states, while voters in conservative Kansas are giving Democrats hope heading into November's midterms.
In Arizona, the Republican primary for governor still too close to call.
There is no path to victory for my opponent, and we won this race, period.
The Grand Canyon state exposing the gap between Trump and his vice president, Mike Pence. Former TV news anchor Kari Lake, a 2020 election denier endorsed by Trump, claiming victory Tuesday night against Karen Taylor Robson, backed by Pence. Robson still not giving up the race.
We have a lot of things we have to do to restore confidence in elections, but I have confidence in this election.
In Missouri, scandal-plagued challenger and former governor Eric Greitens, accused of domestic and sexual abuse, losing to Attorney General Eric Schmitt in the battle for the Republican nod for U.S. Senate.
We need America First fighters who will advance the America First agenda.
In Michigan, Trump getting revenge on incumbent Congressman Peter Meijer, one of just 10 House Republicans voting to impeach Trump after the January 6th attack. Meijer losing to John Gibbs, who rallied with Trump during the campaign. One of the biggest surprises of the night didn't come from one of the candidates, but a singular issue dividing the country. Voters in conservative Kansas overwhelmingly rejecting a measure that would give the Republican-led state legislature the ability to restrict or ban abortion.
Feeling very proud to be a Kansan tonight.
The surprise vote giving a boost to Democrats, who hope a backlash against the Supreme Court decision reversing Roe v. Wade will drive voters to the polls in November, keeping Democrats in control of Congress for the last 2 years of President Biden's term.
Voters of Kansas sent a powerful signal that this fall the American people will vote to preserve and protect the right and refuse to let them be ripped away by politicians.
Still, Democratic candidates plagued by inflation and Biden's low approval ratings with less than 100 days until the midterms. Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.